game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Bound mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. Weak soap game, had a game so it's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Feel it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus some UNDERDOG acres, a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac needs, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac needs.
Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence to move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through and wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dropping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, I beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tail, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, pushing packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supply. Random Uber man, here to get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the
as I make my way. The fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
Anywhere in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Put your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
Was handing Bogard, excuse me, Harvard graduate, Dr. Bogey.
Let's get into shouting out some of the peeps here because we got a couple important questions today. Like we're hearing all this news about Cooper Kupp. Is he going to come back week 5? I mean, we don't even know if David Montgomery is going to play right now.
For real? After I done went into like 30-something leagues putting in David Montgomery in that motherfucker.
Bogey. Just got to wait.
I'm just trying to get a jump on it. It's a motherfucking lot of leagues, bro.
And see, the only reason why you don't know if he's playing or not is if you listen to everybody besides us.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you're going to get hella conflicting answers out there, but we got the correct answers for you. Let's shout out the chat.
Why do I always confuse me?
Shout out to PB Waivers. What up?
So wait a second. I'm really confused, actually, still. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you know what's happening. You know what's happening.
So he's in there for a reason, right? Okay. Is this an all-elaborate scheme that you guys are all in on except for me?
CBS News is in it. Tom Pelissero is in on it all to make sure that
I'll show you Tom Pelissero's dead body right now. I killed his ass. I'm done with it.
What up, Mike? And Yuck in the house. Derek, salute.
What up, y'all?
And Emil, what up? And nice. James said, good questions in the video title. Curious to hear your thoughts. Those are the two big pieces of news swarming around sports media today. So we'll be tackling those first. We're going to shout out the chat first.
Yep.
And Yuck said, so I had a July 17th episode and thought it was live until I was asking myself 3 months ago. Oh, nice. How far did you get in to where you're like, wait, this motherfuckers are
like, how do I know everything that's already happened?
I've seen this before.
He found himself in the future. He was like, I've already seen all this.
Oh, man. Marty said, just traded Gabe Davis for a second. Seems fair. Yeah, but I mean, a couple good games, and that whoever traded the second might be like, oh, man, I got him hella cheap.
I'm just glad Gabe Davis is healthy because he's actually viable. And like, you know, what's funny is he's so viable that it works for fantasy and it doesn't affect Stephon Diggs. I like the tag team concentrated target market share of 2 guys for Josh Allen, a guy who's going to throw a shit ton. You know what I mean?
What up, Triple X Lex? And he's shouting out Bogey's fired tracks in the countdown.
I appreciate it, Triple X. You know what I mean? We ain't playing. Check out my new joint, Bogard Scott Free, The Usual. The track's called The Usual. It's a fucking Jackson 5 sample. Fucking tight. No hook, just all bars. Me and a couple of the homies, man. Shout out to Irv the Block. Shout out to my man Triangulum. You know what I mean? Shout out to Prime One, produced that joint. But yeah, everyone check it out. Bogard Scott Free, The Usual. It's on all streaming platforms. Just dropped yesterday.
I like it. Facebook user, Hunter Henry or Musgrave. I'm just gonna lean on Hunter Henry. And Marty said, what's the title? Can you not see the title on Twitch? It is Cooper Kupp, week 5 comeback, ? And is Montgomery playing tonight? ?
Maybe and just in case he was asking if it's the song, what's the title? It's called The Usual.
And what up, Elias? He said, you make music. Oh, let him know, Bogey.
Yeah, hell yeah, I've been making music forever. You know what I'm saying? It's as far as like going out there and trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just in anything in life, you get out what you put in. So I definitely, that's why I'm not complacent at where I am in music. I just still make music because I enjoy it. And we're living in a day and age, it's just way easier to put stuff out. And I don't really care about promotion or none of that shit. You know what I mean? I'm more behind the scenes in the last 5-6 years, but putting out my own music never stops.
And Elias said, how come this is the first time I'm hearing about it? So every time you come on to a show and you catch a live stream countdown while we're waiting for the show, those are some bogey tracks right there.
Yeah. Most of the intros for, like the intro for F&T, that's called Cheers. You can find that's available too. Bogard Scott Free. The song's called Cheers. And I got a gang of shit, bro. I'm on a marathon right now. I'm 3 weeks into my marathon. I'm dropping one a week. I have enough to go for like the next 52 weeks if I wanted.
There we go.
But yeah, I definitely have the next 12 releases lined up already, and I told Peacock as fast as you can get me the covers, we'll just keep dropping shit, you know. And I think once a week suffice. I wanted to go crazy and be like 1, 2, 3 a week, but I was like, you know what, this once a week pace is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And throwing in the link if you guys want to get your questions answered a little faster. Make sure you leave a super chat on Apple, Zelle, or at 420superchat.com. We're gonna jump into the news right now because the big news right now is Cooper Kupp actually gonna come back in week 5, and I don't think it's leaning that way. I mean, the way that everything that the Sean McVay is kind of like cleverly like wording everything.
Not that clever.
He said, "There's hope." Or that's the hope. There's a chance.
He also said we want him to come back and be able to produce.
Yeah.
How about this? There is a tell here. How many days from now, if today starts week 3, how many days until week 5 starts? 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. But here's really the. I mean,
but in order to get him off the pup, you have to activate him. It takes 21 days for him to be officially off. So if they say he could come back week 5, they better designate him soon. And then it'd be week 6. Honestly, he'd be come back to practice for week 5. And then the 21-day mark would allow him. But that's if he did it today.
He's not coming back week 5. And so the last thing that I was going to say is he even talks about how the work that he's doing right now is working up and ramping back to get into shape. And that doesn't mean that he's ready to get into an NFL game yet. So I think we're still, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks away from Cooper Kupp actually coming back. And that's just a guess.
This works twofold for me in Dynasty. If you have Cooper Kupp in Dynasty, this is the type of blurb you need so you can move him right now. If you're looking to move him, right. Then on the flip side of that, like, you know, if you're smart and you know he's not coming back anytime soon, you just convince that Cooper Kupp guy, you might be able to wiggle him up off him for cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yuck said, trust me, I'm old. We heal slower. Yeah. I mean, what's Cooper Kupp? Did he turn 30 yet, or is he still 29?
He's a June baby. I think he's 30 now or 31.
Yeah. So either way, just the way that they're wording everything, and Bogey, you know, just what he's saying about the timeline, like you always designate someone to return from IR earlier than they return because they can come back and practice, you know, and that's where we start getting the tell of, you know, is he coming back this week or is he coming back in 2 or 3 weeks? Yeah. Them not even designating him to return yet means there's probably no chance in hell that he's coming back week 5. It's like slim.
Yeah, it's not even 21 days from here to week 5. That's why the reports are hella stupid. It's all clickbaity because it's just how the NFL works. If you're going to remove someone from the pup, it's a process. So say like the reason why they have this is because they have the short term. So say you're on short term and your 4 weeks goes up, but he's not ready to return yet because you would have designated him 21 days prior to that 4 weeks being up. You feel me? Yeah. So then it'd be like, oh, he's good to come back soon now. Boom, hit him on a designation to return. Maybe they do that a week before.
Because 21's the max days. Like they could designate someone to return and they could return next week. But it's like they have between
the 21
whatever day and the 21, whenever they
or else they return to the IR. So that's what I'm saying. Like you know what I mean? He would need this full. I don't have him coming back till week 6. That's in my mind. That's what I told myself to begin with. And I mean, if you look at the schedule, if they go over until week 6, I don't think they're really interested in bringing him back.
What I mean? And Yuck said, I think he comes back November, maybe late October. Yeah, and I mean, even me saying 3 to 4 weeks, I mean, that would put us at the end of like October. So we're definitely looking around mid-season before Cooper Kupp even comes back. So if you're in redraft, just, don't make moves where you're paying up for him.
And remember, if tomorrow they start designating for that return, scratch everything the fuck I just said. You know what I mean? Because that can mean he could even come back for real week 5. But
I really don't why would you designate someone to come back from IR at the end of the week, though? It makes more sense to do it in like a Wednesday or a Thursday or even a Tuesday of the week. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's not looking good for him coming back week 5. If you've just been paying attention to the headlines, it's all clickbaity shit. It's the reason why we put that clickbaity title in there, just to get people to come in here and then we give them the actual news. Ooh. All right. David Montgomery. This was the other shit this morning. Luckily, I'm on the West Coast and I woke up at about 9 o'clock East Coast time. So that's 6 o'clock West Coast time. I'm waking up and I'm seeing all these reports that David Montgomery is going to play. I didn't see all the reports that you East Coasters saw, where Tom Pelissero and CBS and Sirius Radio and all this shit were saying that David Montgomery and their left tackle were not expected to play tonight, but he came out and said he was wrong. Tom Pelissero, everybody, the people who wrote the articles, all that kind of shit, they didn't come out and say that they're wrong. So all those things are still circulating on the internet somewhere.
Scheffner would never admit to his wrongdoing, would he? He would blame everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. It's never his fault.
Tom Pelissero, though, man's man, takes accountability. I tell my kids that's one of the best qualities to have, is the ability to take accountability.
For sure. And Bakes a lot in the house. What up, bro? And Yuck said, you clickbait so hard. You know what? We have to. We just have to play the game.
I don't think we're doing it hard enough. You know what I mean? We're pretty. Listen, we went over the edge when it started. You start seeing famous people popped up as dead. Rest in peace, such and such. And what? Click on it. Psych. But we got to have them on the show with us, though. So
oh my gosh. Tino said, fuck sports media. I'm still trying to find out if Peanut Tillman is a Fed. Tino, this is widely known information that he is. Tino, I am an FBI agent.
Them people's being.
Oh man, come on, man. Do we need to get Johnny Utah out here? Do I need to get that drop for him? I am an FBI agent. I know, man. Isn't it wild?
That's crazy how they got it. They took Johnny Utah and made him a D.
Man, that shit was wild. Oh man. So he said, so he is a Fed. So what part of that story is true? The entire part of the story is true.
Oh, it's a cover-up.
We don't know what the hell
classic NFL cover-up.
We're trying to figure out what the hell happened with the coach. That's what we're trying to
figure out. Listen, man. Tino, I'm going to tell you. You start digging. You start turning over them stones. You're not going to like what you find, man. Just leave it alone. Look the other way.
Okay, now, that being said, Montgomery is playing tonight. Is he a full-blown start to you no matter what?
Give me the names.
Well, let's just say we're talking in a 12-man league right now. And let's say you may have an Eckler, you may have a Chubb, you may have an Aaron Jones.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Nelly Nell, what up? He said, smoke one for your boy. I got a blunt in the car for when I'm off. Let's get it.
Smoke weed every day.
And Austin said, Hush, you okay with starting Jones tonight? Well, I will tell you, okay, I'm still going through all my ins and outs right now. And literally the second team that I went to was AJ Dillon was in my RB2 spot. And the only other running back that I had on my team was Aaron Jones. So real quick, Aaron Jones is in. AJ Dillon is on the bench. And so if you're making a choice like that, AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones, you're just going Aaron Jones all the way. If you're making a choice of Ford, Zach Moss, other waiver wire guys who might A-Chain. I don't think I'm starting either one of these guys over A-Chain. We're just dying, on that hill. But
it's pronounced Devon A. Chan. Put some respect on his name. He just put up 200 yards.
amongst those guys who I just mentioned, like literally like amongst like all the waiver wire guys who are the hotness, you just starting David Montgomery over those type of guys?
I'm playing Monty like he's not old. I'm pretty sure running backs are so wounded right now that people are happy to get their David Montgomery back.
Yeah.
And like Green Bay's it's not the softest matchup, it's also not the hardest. Somewhere in the middle. Could be some little roadblocks action here.
And Marty, that's not the silver screen breakdowns, Nelly Nell. Because I spoke one for your boy. I got a blunt in the car for when I'm off, but it says Nelly Nell. So Marty thought that was Nelly Nell.
But the other Nelly Nell, he keeps it lit. You know what I mean? He's not a square by any means. You know what I mean? He was like, Bogey, you gonna pass that already?
You pass that doobie or what, Bogey?
I'm like the second act of my story. He's like, Bogey, you gonna pass that or what?
Pass that doobie or what, Bogey? You're Bogarding that doobie, Bogey.
That motherfucker started hitting that. Finally, he was like, "Oh, this is good." I was like, "Right?" I was like, "Shit, we ain't playing." Matter of fact, that was the finally call right there. I'm excited. Finally.
Yuck said, "Clickbaitinator 1000 sent me from the future to take out mankind on YouTube." You're funny, Yuck.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, just remember us.
He said, I gotta walk
on Judgment Day.
He said, I gotta walk to the dispensary. I'll be back. Throw an AirPod in or throw a Bluetooth in.
You gotta love it when you can just walk to the dispensary, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You walk in there, that motherfucker, everybody knows your name, huh? They're like, oh, it's Nelly.
Everybody got confused. They're like, wait, Derek, I thought that was Nelly. And Peacock said, I spoke with Nelly now a couple times though. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, what happens in Vegas? It doesn't stay in Vegas, but we just remember the good times.
It's funny too because one time I never really asked him about like if he had partaked, and then we were just like off the show when like behind the scenes shit. I'm like, hey man, so you're from Canada, man? Did you ain't never smoked weed like that? And he's like, oh yeah. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, he's just
yeah,
because he said he smoked weed before. He's just. I don't know. We're just cut from a different cloth than a lot of other people.
I think I just really have a problem. I consciously choose to do things high. It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, well, you're gonna have breakfast.
Elias,
breakfast. Yeah, man, we're gonna get blown, and we're gonna have breakfast. It's gonna be bomb.
Elias, come on. He said I got my fake taken while I was in San Francisco last week at a dispo. They all have the thing. You can't use a fake ID in a place where they're gonna like scan it.
Yeah, they're gonna dunk. They have the box where they dunk it in. They scan it. You know what I'm talking
about? Little thing.
Hey,
they legit scan the IDs. It's not they just look at it and give it back to you.
And in Frisco, that's one of the places where they still have like big major clubs that are 18 and up.
Oh shit! He says his scans though. Oh, savage.
Oh, nice. I paid top dollar for that.
But he said,
you're in the Bay. If you're in the Bay Area, bro, that's Tech Central, bro.
Yeah,
the motherfuckers. They got cyborg scanning that motherfucker. The cutting edge, state of the art technology.
They said, Austin said, I got mine on while taping and spackling my sunroom. Nice. There we go.
Nice.
He said, I stink at this homeowner shit.
I'm like over the top on protecting everything in the house because this is our shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, we rented forever. When something goes wrong, you call them motherfuckers. They might lag on you, but they're gonna pay for it and get it fixed, right? Even if it's your fault, it's this homeowner shit. So it's like my little 2-year-old, like she just be swatting everything in the walls and throwing shit, fucking. And I'm like, there's little nicks on the wall. It's just driving me crazy, bro. They got the little touch-up kit, touching it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, they only gave me one of these touch-up kits. I bought a whole ass house. They didn't give me one little thing of paint.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, the pros and cons to renting and owning. Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of people who probably shouldn't even own a house if you're not going to do it for like, use the equity to like get other houses or things like that.
That's what I did.
Like, because we're
renting.
Some of these houses are so old. It's like a lot of shit be breaking down like year after year in all these old ass houses.
Yeah, and then like my girl, she's like, she's like already rich, but we're not. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm not living in an old house. I'm like, but we own this shit. You know what I mean? We did buy an older house, like 20 years old, and then like we're renting that one out, and this one's brand new, and it's just like I love it because like it smells brand new. You know that brand new car smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, brand new house smell. It's pretty tight.
And PB and Waivers said my mortgage for a 3-bedroom house is the same as a 3-bedroom apartment. Depending on how long you have the mortgage and how long you own it for, like, yeah.
Where's he at? Is he in the Bay?
I'm not sure. I mean,
was that the same dude that was talking about his ID shit?
No. This is PB and Waivers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, where you at, PB? I don't think I've ever asked where PB and Waivers is at.
Yeah, because like, I mean, even in like, I mean, San Diego and shit like that, like it's crazy. Like, I mean, if I was gonna actually like buy in San Diego, and you're like, oh, the mortgage is like so much cheaper than renting. Like,
and then like I constantly have to keep an eye on the interest rate, because if for some reason it drops like under what I got my loan for, I can refinance it. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, but it's like that shit ain't going down. Like I had to buy mine down just to qualify back for the original loan that I got. The shit just went crazy within 9 months, like from the time I.
Oh yeah, PB and Waivers in Alaska. Okay.
Oh shit.
PB and Waivers in Alaska. Yeah, I totally forgot that. Yeah.
Throw your hands up, Johannesburg.
And do you still get paid to like live in Alaska? I know that was like a thing, right? It's like Alaskan residents get some kind of piece of like the oil Alaska money, like per year.
What's going on?
There's something like that. But is that something that doesn't exist anymore, PB? But I'm curious about that.
Okay, PB, this is what I need you to do. I need you to quit your job right now. I need you to go buy like some kind of land in Alaska and start digging in that motherfucker. It's like, listen, bro, there's a guy out there, right? Man, you can look him up. I forget what his name is on Instagram, but he's like a permafrost guy.
Okay.
And he just started like melting down all the permafrost and finding all these woolly mammoths and shit, bro. And he got all these dinosaur bones. This motherfucker is balling as fuck.
And okay, he does get paid to live there. It said PFD, yeah. And what is that? Is that per month or is that per year? So it looks like.
Tell him I want mine in oil.
It says 1,300. So I wonder, is that a year? I mean, that'd be cool if it was a month.
I want mine in crude oil, and I'm hitting the market. The black.
And Elias said you couldn't pay me to live there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there either. It's just too crazy.
I want to record an album out there. I want to go out there. I want to record like a series of albums. I want to go there one time when it's like all daylight most of the time, and then the other albums will be when it's like mostly nighttime.
What the fuck? He said if they find oil under your house, you have to surrender it if you accept the PFD. Damn, 1,300 a year. And like, what if they found oil under your house? That'd be fucking insane. And then you wouldn't get like shit of what they get of the oil. You just get 1,300 a year or whatever it is.
You start disputing it. I ain't never signed that shit. What are you talking about? PF Chang's? It's a good restaurant. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I couldn't handle the. I couldn't handle. Okay, he said the amount varies. Okay, that's what it said on Google for this year. So
what time is it in Alaska? Where are they in relation to us?
They're an hour behind us. So it's like 12:30 over there. But here's the thing that I would not like about Alaska. It's like, what is it? It's like a certain part of the year. It's like bright for like 6
That's what I was just saying. That's why I want to go out there and record some albums and shit. Yeah. Like it's like daylight, then it looks like dawn for the like all night. Like it looks like dawn. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the next time it looks like dawn all day and then just night all night. You know what I mean?
What the hell? PB and Waver said in 2010 it was like $3,000. How the hell is the price of oil dropping? The price of fucking gas isn't dropping. Anything like that?
Heads are gonna roll.
Those motherfuckers.
This is why I'm running. This is why I'm running for president.
Bastards.
President of the oil club.
Hey, Juggernaut in the house. Yuck said back. So when over the plug, you ever get an extra gram of dabs on accident from the plug? He said, me neither, but it happens all the time at the dispensary.
See, that shit happened when I, allegedly, right? Listen, if you was a preferred customer, you know what I'm saying? You got to get preferred customer perks, you know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah. And all right, let's jump back into the news. Okay. The JT drama continues. He came out and he's making sure that people will just remember that he ain't playing, that he does not want to play for the Colts, and he says he's not playing for the Colts, and he's still pissed that they don't want to give him a long-term deal. He hates Jim Irsay.
He was playing horseshoe when he was doing the interview. He's like, this is how it's a metaphor. Throwing them away. See that? See that? He's hella terrible at horseshoe too. Hella missing it.
So I hope that he gets traded, for all of our fantasy. But if he doesn't, it's
I'm gonna say the same thing I said last year when CMC was set to be traded away. We want it for fantasy, fuck reality. For fantasy, you want him to go to the Dolphins.
And Austin said, so how does that work? Can he just opt not to play? Well, yeah, he could just opt not to play. And I think with being on IR for like 4 weeks, that kind of like helps his case of like how many games he has to play or whatever. I'm not 100%, but.
Well, they put him on the non-football injury pup.
Yeah.
So that means because he was coming off of surgery. So even if like he got his surgery due to a football injury from last year, it doesn't matter. That has happened in the offseason. So when you come back in and you're not active on the team, that injury is not an active injury they could list where your trainers and all the shit see, you know what I mean? When you get put, I guess you can still see their team trainers. Either way, he's on a specific type of pup. And he's designated to come back after week 5 or at week 5 or after week 5.
He can come back as early as week 5.
Okay.
Man, this is annoying. Debo hasn't been at practice the last 2 days.
Yeah,
annoying. Real quick, if you guys don't know what's going down this Sunday, oh man, not only is it football Sunday fun day like always, but we're getting started a little bit earlier than normal because we got the London game, bloody. We got the London game, and it's being brought to you in Toy Story Vision. So we're all going to do mushrooms, and we're going to watch the game Sunday morning.
I'm going to do MDMA psilocybin gummies.
Excuse me.
I'm very fancy.
So check this out. Here goes the little commercial about what's going down on Sunday.
Infinity and beyond. The first Toy Story Fun Day Football is coming to Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. It's the NFL like you've never seen it before. Coming in week 4, the Falcons and Jaguars matchup live from London will also be in Andy's room as both teams transform into the world of Pixar's Toy Story. Oh, it's a very real game, but Toy Story themed. Every run, pass, and score, live and unpredictable. Plus a special halftime show featuring Duke Kaboom performing an incredible motorcycle jump. Buzz, Woody, and all their friends at Disney, Pixar, ESPN, and the NFL invite you to watch Toy Story Fun Day Football between the Falcons and Jaguars, Sunday, October 1st at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus.
I will do it.
This shit is wild, and it's crazy. Like, we're going to be like so high that we're going to be watching a fake Evel Knievel out there jumping over buses in Andy's room at halftime.
I have to set all my lineups.
Yeah, that's why we keep reminding you guys, like, especially just because of the London game, like, we need to be ready by Saturday night.
These start sits are going to be fucking uncanny because I'm telling you, that's when I do my best work.
Hell yeah. And that's why Jake says, usually my kids say, turn it off, Dad. He said my kids might actually watch this one. Yeah, let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Tina said, I'm about to be fully smacked out for the London game. I like it.
Bloody.
I like it.
Yes. We're starting very early. Prompt. Just like our founding forefathers intended for us to watch a mashup of the NFL and Toy Story and do psychedelic drugs, designer drugs, rather. And you know what's awesome about that? Only in America.
I swear that, I swear this is intended for kids, but this is also like people our age who like doing psychedelics. I feel
Listen, I remember being a fifth grader. I was like a fifth grader when the first Toy Story came out. And I'm sure by the time that second Toy Story came out and I was in high school, we was already shrooming watching that shit, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because that's what we used to do, is watch tight ass shit on shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Are we not doing it? History repeats itself. Look at that.
Damn right. Marty said it looks wild. And I want to have both the games up, just like side by side so we can see how much of a delay there actually is. But they like everything about this keeps saying it's all happening in real time. So
listen to this. I have a theory that they already had animated this entire thing, bro, because they have a fucking script, bro.
They got the script. I
want to watch that thing next to the actual game because, there's a such thing as human error. The script doesn't always go according to. They're going to have some differences here. I bet you.
Something is going to.
I am from the Bay Area, though, where technology like this does exist. So I'm pretty sure we could watch a live game and they could simulate it in live fucking whatever animation they would like.
Yeah.
And if not, I'm not even gonna have a problem with it, bro.
And Joe said facts. Yeah, they already got the script. Everyone already knows what's gonna happen. What up, Smokey the Cat Cat? He said, "What up, everyone? Traded my Elijah Mitchell for Brees. Win or loss? Win."
Yep. Stand up and take a bow.
And Bake said, "Are we starting London in London?" I mean, we just don't even need to
in a vacuum. Yes.
Yeah. London and London. Come on.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, who over who? It's a different question. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. And Marty said they do have Prime Vision in real time, right? He said it's all just AI generated. Well,
Just
I mean,
just like we are right now.
I don't think it's all AI generated.
I'm actually literally on the shitter right now, but just the technology here, you know what I'm saying? And I always go with the grimy, the grimy background, so it just seems more real. You know what I mean?
And Pedro, he said, "I feel like I made a bad trade. Traded away TP and KW3.
Tyler Perry?
Yeah, who's TP? Oh, Tony Pollard, probably.
Okay.
And received
toilet paper.
Receive CMC and Josh Jacobs.
What? You win.
Yeah, I mean, got CMC.
I mean, Josh Jacobs. Let's just all say a prayer together right now. Fantasy gods. Let's just get Josh Jacobs looking like maybe the 2021 Jacobs. Maybe we don't have to get the 2022 with league leader. Give us a 2021 version.
Jake said Andy's probably in rehab after all his depression of losing them toys.
No. Here's the thing, though, bro, is that like he's actually in like an insane. He's in like a psych ward. Yeah, you know, because like he can't convince no one that these toys actually talk, bro. They're like, bro, this kid's crazy, bro. He's like, I'm telling you, I had this one. His name was Woody, bro. And bro, I swear he would think I didn't see him, bro. They were alive.
See, I think both of you guys are tripping. I think he's alive and well. I think him and Sid in high school, you know, like, or when they were going to college or whatever, they started, what do you got, Noble? A whole bunch of rings?
4.
I think they started smoking weed together, and then they started selling weed, and then they became like Andy and Sid's like mobile dispensary.
I mean, you know, Sid was like a trucker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he had like a cameo in like the 4th or the 3rd one of them. He's like a trucker.
See, moving weight right there.
Exactly. Crystal meth, probably. I'm just saying.
He did seem like a hell of a
trucker.
He came from a tweaker family, it looked like.
I'm sure. You seen the dad, he was asleep, maybe heroin. The dad wasn't there, he's on the couch. He's just out. He's having withdrawals.
On Twitch, GFont8, what up for my flex? Mike Evans against Lattimore or Nico against the Steelers? Sucks because Lattimore always handles Evans. That's why you put that matchup in there, huh? Because most people might not know that.
History's crazy like that. But you know what though? And you know what's crazy? Like he gets under his skin so much that like Mike Evans like wants to fight him and shit, and like gets like ejected out of the game because that's happened before.
Yeah.
I'm playing Mike Evans, bro.
Yeah, as of now, things could change. Things could change before Sunday.
The Jags didn't really have. I mean, I guess they could. Were they getting pressure on Tank Deasy like that? Because I mean, you know, for damn show, TJ Watt, Alex Highsman is, bro. So
yeah,
I mean, if they're gonna use Nico short or in the slot more, you know what I mean? Because he's like out wide more so these days. At least when I'm watching the games, you know what I mean?
Tino said, "Will my goggles work for the Disney game? They work for some Disney movies on Disney Plus." Your guess is as good as mine, bro. I don't have VR goggles, so I mean, let's just say yeah, and let's hope they do.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'll eat enough of these things. I won't need the goggles, bro.
PB and Waver said the chip for the advanced stats is correlated to the CGI with Toy Story looking figure.
There it is. Look at that.
Sits them around the grass. The players will be moving accordingly to the tracker in the shoulder pads. That's cool. And see, what I thought would be super cool and what they should do is like, because it's going to be like Toy Story, like Woody and Buzz or whatever, and they're like giving commentary. And they should like randomly bring in like, I don't know, Aladdin or some shit, you know? Like, what do you think about the game? That was just
like a toy Aladdin? Oh, yeah. Okay, like actual. Yeah. I like that. That's a good idea.
And they should like, we should see there needs to be some fans in the stands, you know, just like random fans in the stands, you know, like not like people like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker just like drinking beers in like the stands together or something.
Okay. Tell me more.
I mean, it's kind of like when Jordan Schefter was telling me about when he went to the Pro Bowl and they were at the hotel and he was like, I walked in to like the pool area, you know, the big lounge area. He's like, and the first person I see is Bill Belichick and Peyton Manning drinking beers together. He was like, what universe am I in right now?
That's tight.
Super cool.
It would have been like, oh, everyone went quiet. Here comes Scheffner. No, that's my brother. Oh, okay, cool. Because we fucking hate that guy.
And he was like, I got the weed, guys.
Continue the conversation, guys.
Oh, Jordan.
It's not Adam. It's his brother, Jordan.
I got the weed and the bong. Like, oh, shit, come this way.
Yes.
It was so funny when Adam Schefter and Adam Schefter's mom were on CMC's mom's podcast. And she was like, oh, yeah, my other son, the youngest one, you know, he's a little bit unconventional. But she was like, he's like just as famous in his industry as Adam is in his industry. And she was like, wow, well, what's he do? What industry is he in? And she was like, he makes glass bongs, works of art in the cannabis space. And she was like, wow. She was like, screw Adam. Let's hear about this guy.
Yeah, she's like, so where do I get one of these bongs?
So funny. It's fucking hilarious. And let me see who else we got here. Charter, 10-man, full PPR start, 2 RBs and 1 QB. B-Rob, Aaron Jones, Walker, Algier, Najee, Pacheco, A-Chain, Ford. Fuck. That's a lot.
I'm going to start with Walker. Got to
Yeah.
play him on a Monday.
I don't think he can be sat.
Nope.
He's giving in way too much work. I'm not gonna play Aaron.
I'm not playing Aaron Jones when I have these other options. And yes, Aaron Jones is going to be on a snap count, so he probably doesn't get a lot of work on the ground. Can he still get the amount of volume, maybe even more in the passing game? Probably. So that can make up for it. And with these other options, I'll probably.
Yeah. See, how about this? Don't play Aaron Jones tonight, and we'll revisit this over the next couple days. Because that's really the only reason why you need to make a choice on the start now, right?
Honestly, if he's not coming off this injury like that, it's Aaron Jones and Walker.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, what's like Detroit even been giving up to the running backs? Because usually they're one of those teams giving up the booty. They're actually giving up. They're giving up the 13th least right now, and they held down Atlanta. They couldn't hold down Seattle, but they held down Atlanta. Yeah, so, yeah, just don't put Aaron Jones in. Take Aaron Jones out, Charter, and we'll revisit this in a day or two. And Tino says it's going to be so dope. I can see it in VR. Hell yeah. Bake said London over Reed, Dotson, Osborne, Algier. Probably. And James said Breece Hall, Roshan, Charbonnet. That's ugly. I might just take Roshan, but all 3 of these options are super ugly. Grant for my flex, Mike Evans, Nico. We did that. Appreciate you, bro. What up, Dion? And Yuck said eastbound and down, loading up the truck. If we're gonna what said can't be done. Da Vinci said starting Pitcher this week. I think he's going to play, and if he plays, we're starting him. We're starting him. Tino said, I don't know if I can handle Darth Vader smacked in VR. Elias, would you guys trade Pacheco and Michael Thomas for A.J. Brown? Hell to the yeah. And Joe said something like a long passing TD. They're going to show it as Aladdin on his flying carpet. That would be wild. And Yuck said, I want that one bad, but the wifey spends all the money. Yeah, I know. I want to get one of those too, see what they're all about. Juggernaut said, need more wide receiver depth. Would you trade Aaron Jones for Waddle if someone would do that? Yes. Marty said, Addison or Lockett. I'm going Lockett. AS said, need 3, half PPR. Watson, Amari, Flowers, Godwin, Hopkins. It ain't going to be Watson. Amari, you can't sit Amari anymore. Like, there's no Nick Chubb out there. Amari's the best guy on that offense. We're not sitting him anymore.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, you just roll him out there. As of right now, I'm going Amari. I'm going Hopkins and Godwin, but that's just as of now. It's probably going to change.
I'm just kind of off Hopkins.
Mike said, get cute and roll out Montgomery tonight or play Stevenson. I think I'm playing Stevenson.
The Zeke revenge game? He's coming off a game where he dominated the touches. Fucking weird. But it's not weird. It's Belichick, too. He's kind of be on some fuck shit like that sometimes. Man, that's crazy. This is one of those, like, where you can only start 2 running backs in a flex type shit, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I know that Ramondre is going to be a huge part of this game because really it's like they got guys who rush the passer and that's it. And just like imagine like how much they're going to be getting these. Like he might go for like 10 receptions in this game, probably at least 10 targets because like the rush versus their O-line, which sucks, they're going to have to get rid of the ball quick.
And I like Monty, but just him fresh off the injury, what you have in Stevenson, I'm going to lean that option.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Killa.
It's a good spot here.
Killa, Olave or Waddle? I'm just not sitting Waddle if he plays.
How many have you killed? I want to know that before I answer this question. Before we stopped killing, Killer, how many? What was the count? Don't share it with me.
Austin said, need one for the flex. Monty, Aaron Jones, Godwin, Reynolds, Kirk. It ain't Reynolds. I don't even want anyone asking me about Reynolds this week. Like, I do not feel safe. Chris
Godwin.
Fuck. Man, this shit sucks. There's a lot of, like, weird matchups right now.
I like it's all about exploiting whoever's opposite of Lattimore. And I say whoever because I can't even mention. I don't even know the name of it, but this is just how it's been for the last couple of years. It's picked up. Look at the likes of Jalen Reed last week, 8 targets.
Yeah.
I mean, the secondary option, obviously, Mike Evans is going to draw Lattimore. Give me Chris Godwin.
Yeah. Yeah, if I don't have to start Monty or Aaron Jones, I'm not.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I like Monty tonight, but it's just, and Aaron Jones, I like them all tonight. But, man, like, it sucks making that call on a Thursday if I have, like, this better option that I feel better.
Patrick said, start 1 PPR league, Stevenson, Gibbs, McLaurin, Kirk, Ayuk.
Stevenson, Gibbs, McLaurin, Ayuk.
It might be, I mean, as of right now.
Save for upside. Like, what? Yeah, this they're all.
It's between Ayuk and Stevenson for me, and I'm leaning Ayuk right now, especially if Debo doesn't play. But make sure you're coming back. Tomorrow's the most important day of the injury reports.
Yeah, because at least he's been in a limited fashion. On the last one, you went Monty?
I can't remember.
Okay.
What up, Corey? He said, is Aaron Jones playing tonight, and are we confident in him if he does?
He's playing.
Yeah, they've been talking about it since this morning that he's expected to play. Right. No, I'm not confident in him at all. So it really just depends on how I'm as confident in him as your options run deep. How about that? Like if you got a lot of options, hell no, I'm not going to be confident in him. If you don't have anybody, I mean, let's fake the confidence.
In a world where you have Christian Watson back and Aaron Jones back. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be in like on a snap count. Makes me like everybody else more. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Romeo Doubs tonight just because of that. You know what I mean? Like,
man, we just got some news that that Debo's trending towards missing the game.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yeah, it's fucking ugly. I don't want Debo to miss the game.
I saw that from one of them Niner joints.
Yeah, and I guess what I like to do with guys like that, I mean, I'll move those like ultra questionable guys just to the flex. You know, and then we'll just be ready.
It's a 1 o'clock game, West Coast time too, 1 or 1:25, something like that. So you know what I mean? Just you gotta be ready. Also, too, just start moving. Like when you hear news like this, start moving like you're not finna have him. Those decisions become easier. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and totally forgot while we're on the Packers, they put David Bakhtiari on the IR. Man, this guy cannot stay healthy to save his life.
I mean, he tore his ACL in a playoff game a couple years ago.
Like 3 years ago, right? Like 3 seasons ago now, but not
the 2021 playoff season.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were already without Bakhtiari when it was the NFC Championship between the Packers and the Bucks.
Yeah, they've been without him for so long.
And yeah, he basically never came. And then he would come back and be on. He would come back, re-aggravated shit. Questionable for like fucking a month. Questionable for like basically all last year.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying. You know, it's one of those things, man. He's of old. He's from the days of old now. They've already been operating, doing what they do without him anyway. So,
yeah. Let's see. What else do we got? And then we'll answer James's question.
Bet you they trade Bach for Lilo to the fucking to the Jets.
Probably not even worth it, man.
Like, you're right. Actually, they have young tackles over there too.
Yeah, like what are you gonna trade? Like a 7th rounder, like 3 years from now or some shit? Like, cause like just it probably. I mean, he's got like a solid contract too, right? So
contract dump.
Yeah,
I think they're able to move on from him though, because you know those contracts too. You have to play X amount of time before a certain amount of it goes void and shit. I'm sure it's like that. You know what I mean? A lot of contracts are.
Yeah. Austin Eckler. So he was stretching with the team. I don't know how much he actually got into like, you know, the drills and everything like that. So I don't know if I'm sold on him like playing this.
They're saying he's likely to miss too.
Yeah. So we got tomorrow is the most important day. The only way I'm confident in Austin Eckler this week is if he gets a full go tomorrow.
If you have Dave Montgomery and Eckler, I'm playing Monty tonight.
Yeah. Like if those are like literally your only options, for sure. Let's see.
Or if you had to wait one out. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Gerald Everett missed practice also before we jump off the Chargers. And Deshaun Watson and Jerome Ford both limited in practice. Gus Edwards cleared concussion protocol, so he is good to go.
Justice Hill
still missing practice, so yeah, training down for him.
Oh, okay. I must have read that wrong.
Al Hamilton did not practice. Man, sucks. Like right when he starts doing good.
Yeah, but this is my thing though, is I read Justice Hill and Are you reading like yesterday's thing? On the Ravens at least? No? Okay.
No, it says that he missed on Thursday. Let me go.
Damn, what the fuck? I was reading Lee's stuff.
I mean, that's where
he did send us like 8 different things. Like, he was like, I gotta fact check everything since this morning. I'm like, yes, please do.
Let's see. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah, so that was wrong. So yeah, Justice Hill got in a limited today.
Yeah, and then Kyle Hamilton, he was like pacing too. Right?
Yeah, he was limited today as well. Okay, yeah, what the hell? Lee, where the hell? What's
going
on?
I'm saying, Lee, because you know Lee, I read it.
With us.
But I always just go to the more recent one anyway, because he'll keep repurposing it. You know what I mean? Like adding shit to it.
So man, Corey said random question. He said, "Whatever happened to the reality fantasy football league that you were part of? Those guys were fucking clowns. Like, did all this work and like
they're trying to fix it.
And all this,
They're trying to fix like the winner, like and have it all preset. Like she was
they're fucking clowns, and it didn't even turn into content. Like the dude, they were trying to like get someone to work for free, and they wouldn't pay him like they were supposed to. And he's like, "I'm just not giving you guys the footage that we have," and that's kind of how it ended. So those guys are fucking clowns and idiots. And like, I actually like paid for a plane ticket and shit to like go out there. And but luckily I got sick, and so I didn't go out there in person.
Luckily,
yeah,
because you're supposed to go from Florida to like Louisiana, right?
Well, not all at once, but no, it was supposed to be go to the expo and then go to Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
And it would have been all in the stretch of like the same week.
Yeah, that's right. Me and you, we was about. Me and Clock, we had a table, and then Clock didn't even end up going either. Me and Clock, so then fucking it was Gemmo. We just, you know what I mean? Gemmo took over the table.
Because that happened to me. Like I paid for, well, at least I paid for a third of the table. But
Gemmo's like in there with Bob Lung, so like he got our money back like immediately.
That was good.
I didn't even have to put no money because what's that? Clock fronted it, and I was just gonna shoot him my half. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah, but then. Yeah, because I guess that one the case for other people. If you were a no show, that was it for you.
Yeah, I didn't get any of my money back.
You got to tell Gemmo, bro. He's a hitman. You know what I mean? He'll get people killed for our money.
Yeah, it is what it is. I just charged all that to the game years ago.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And let's see. One Nation said pick 2 full PPR. Monty. What? It says pick 2, but there's only 2 names here. So I'm guessing pick 1. Monty or Garrett Wilson. Let's go Garrett Wilson.
This is the Chiefs. Probably a higher upside. Nice. Is that crazy? That's not an automatic like Garrett Wilson. It's like,
yeah.
I almost want to play Darren Montgomery. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And Marty said we need that. We need that Chris Tucker Lee.
Lee. We need the one in the end where he keeps fucking the name up. Jackie. He's like, Jackie again. Kicks the door open, and they're like, take 2. He's like, Jackie, kick this door open. Jackie. He's like, okay, Chris. Because he just kept, you know what I mean? He's like, and then the other food. His name is Lee. God damn it.
And Corey said, damn, they fixed it. Well, they tried to. It was it got to the point where there was no money involved or anything, and they're all acting like bitches. So I just stopped paying attention and just wasn't fucking with it. And I said the only bigger clowns is the owners of Hyper Farmer. Man, those guys are fucking clowns. Glad I got all that money back through unemployment. But yeah, there's some scumbags.
Who woke the baby up?
And Mike Lopez, start Monty or trap like Reynolds. I'll start Monty over Reynolds. And what up, Devo? And James, my bad. I thought, my bad. Thanks for putting in the question again. He said, Dynasty Superflex, would you rather have Devonta Smith or Jerry Jeudy in 2024 first, 2025 second? I mean, I'm first inclined to like go Devonta Smith, like right there. I mean, but Jerry Jeudy in the picks is probably the smarter way. So I guess it just depends on like, you going for it now? Like if you're going for it now, I just want the Devonta Smith side, and that's just it. And One Nation said, sorry, I'm high. Monty, Garrett Wilson, and Jeudy. Okay. I'm not gonna sit Jeudy. I'm not gonna sit Jeudy versus Chicago. We're going balls to the wall there. And yeah, I'm going Jeudy and Monty. Dang it. And Lee said, bust my balls. I sent the Ravens news to y'all. Yeah, you did. But you said that certain guys didn't practice, and they did practice. That's why we were busting your balls. And Jumbo said, what up, fellas? Lockett, Thielen, or Kelly? It's not going to be Kelly. And Thielen didn't practice today. I'm going to go with Lockett as of now. And what up, Ed Tay said, play Love or Dak? I think that Love is the safer play. Dak has way more upside for sure, but I think Love's the safer play. I'm going to say Love over Dak. And yeah, I'm pretty sure then that's it. On the news. That's it on the news that we got. We're about to get up out of here because we're going to be back in like an hour and a half, and I gotta go set up my lineups and shit like that. Molu, do I trade Kamara and Waddle for Diggs? I mean, it's kind of a lot. I don't want to trade Waddle, but I want Diggs. So, I mean, if that's like your only option, I'll say sure, but I'd try to rework that. And Devo said pick 3, Metcalf, Dell, London, Olave, Waddle, Watson. Not Watson. Waddle. Metcalf. London. Cole said Kyren or Waddle. Waddle. And Peacock said new video about to be sick. Can't wait to see it, bro. Can't wait to see it. Bake said Flex and Reed or Roshan. Kind of leaning Roshan. Mike said you guys live streaming the game. Hell yeah. All the primetime games will always be here live streaming. I mean, Sunday night's the one usually where maybe you'll get a little iffy. But, yeah, they just let me know that Noble is not practicing today. Or like he doesn't have practice. He's not practicing, but they're not having practice today. So I'll be here in entirety for the full game. All right. One more bowl. Well, maybe 2 more bowls because I grabbed 2 bowls worth out of there. Then we're going to get up out of here. And Marty said Noble questionable. Nope, it's not him. The team's just not practicing. They're just it's one of those things, man. It's tough. Like, I mean, I'm glad that they're not doing the practice today. Guess what sucks is like it's a Thursday, Saturday practice, and it's usually like 1 hour on each. And so they say they're gonna do 2 hours on Saturday. But man, like that's the one thing about these kids, man, because they're all like 6, 7, and 8, and that's it. And like their attention span just like once it starts getting to like 45 minutes to an hour, like their attention span is just like in the gutter. They have no attention spans. And James said, thanks for the streams and advice. You guys rock. Appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do because we are here like all the time. And so, yeah, make sure you are here. This is like the morning show has become like the new flagship show of the day, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. West Coast time, 10 Eastern. We usually go for like 2 to 3 hours, just depending on what day it is. And then this time slot for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, very, very important for the news. And we're always answering questions, so we appreciate you, James. And Ed Tace, I'm sorry I didn't hear any news on Debo. Debo has not practiced today or yesterday. I'll double check that he didn't practice yesterday, but almost positive that he didn't practice yesterday as well. Yes, he didn't practice yesterday. Okay. And it says it's for the ribs and the knee. But I thought they said his ribs were good and that he just like fell on the ball wrong. I don't know. Debo's the kind of guy who can rest on Wednesday and Thursday, get a full go and practice on Friday and be good. He's the kind of guy who can miss every single practice. And if they say he's expected to play, we should expect him to play without any limitations. What? Mike said no MILFs today. Where are the MILFs at, bro? Oh, because of Noble's practice. P.S. Wheezy said, what's up? So I missed the Cooper Kupp update. Fill me in. So there's a lot of speculation that Cooper Kupp is going to be playing in week 5. But Sean McVay, the way that he was wording everything, we should not expect him to play in week 5 or come back in week 5. I don't think he's going to be playing for weeks. I would say like 3 or 4 weeks minimum. And until we see him get designated to return from IR, like we really shouldn't be trying to trade for him or like anything like that. Yeah, he's not coming back right away. Like a lot of the clickbaity articles, kind of led us to believe. Mike GP, he said, hey, what trade would you guys make? Kamara for Jacobs and Najee, or Kamara and Tutu for Pollard. Kamara and Tutu for Pollard, even though I think that Pollard is going to like screw everybody when it really can't.
Flip things.
I still think
MDMA fucking whatchamacallit it? Hold on, let me lower this down. Yeah.
The dose said, is Monty playing? Yep. Monty is playing. Pedro. So do we play Aaron Jones today or no? Depends on who you're playing him over. I don't want to play him, but it all depends on your options. Marty said B Cooks or Hunter Henry in the flex. Hunter Henry. Philly Mike OG, what up, homie? He said, can you dig it, sucker? Elias said, last question. Pick 5 out of these guys for me. Puka, Dell, McLaurin, A-Chain, Brees, Pacheco, Godwin, MT. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 8 guys here. I say Brees is out. I say Michael Thomas is out. I say Pacheco's out. And Bake said, what the fuck is this I hear of JJ getting shopped around? I thought the Vikings would have tried to trade Cousins before Jefferson. Let's see. I haven't heard anything about that. See, I wonder. So, I mean, it's Justin Jefferson saying that he's tired of the trade talks.
You got like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, see, no, so I think that's reporters who are asking him. Like, he's not being shopped or anything. That's reporters that are asking him questions that are turning into articles that people are making their own assumptions from. So, no. And Peters, I'm just waiting on CMC and Josh Jacobs this Saturday for the trade to process. Yeah, it sucks, man. I hate that trades have to take that time to process through the veto and all that shit. And Mike Lopez said, grab Rico. he's about to go to the moon like a dad blast. There we go. Patrick, would you trade Stevenson for Olave or McLaurin and Gibbs for Olave? I think I would rather keep Stevenson, so I guess McLaurin and Gibbs for Olave. Marty said, I haven't heard that anywhere. Yeah, it's reporters asking Justin Jefferson if he thinks he's going to be traded and things like that. And then he told, like, I don't know who he told, but I mean, it's all over, like ESPN has an article about it, like all these different ones. And it's a quote saying he's tired of reporters asking him trade questions that they're not like giving up on this year. But that's what people can infer from these clickbaity, type of titles. So yeah, it's not even the Vikings or anyone saying that he's going to be traded. It's the way that the articles are being worded that Justin Jefferson's tired of all this trade talk. And it's really just him being asked by reporters, is he going to be traded because the Vikings are 0-3 and yada, yada, yada. And Yuck said people dropping Henry like crazy, like they're growing on trees. Yeah, for sure. P.S. Wheezy trade Kupp and James Cook for Gibbs. No, like unless you're trading away Gibbs for Kupp and James Cook, like no way. Marty said my heart rate picked up just hearing that. And Yuck said, here's one from left field, Musgrave or Goddard. Someone actually asked that, and I'm on the Goddard side reluctantly. And what Bake said, I figured it could be a possibility if they lose 2-3 more games. I mean, I don't know though. Like that's like in a dynasty league and someone saying like you're losing, you're 0-5. You're done with this dynasty league. Like you might for this year, you might as well trade Jefferson. Like Jefferson is like a one-of-one like unicorn. Like right now, like he's doing shit that's like never been done by people in the NFL. Like, I mean, come on, they're not getting rid of him. And they got him with what? The 20-something like pick or something like that. Like, man, they really hit on Jefferson.
We got that good finally.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny because he was like, oh, what you got going? I'm like, man, shit about to pop a few of these. You know what I mean? And I was like, take a couple of them, bro. Test driving the motherfucker. He's like, yeah, hell, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out. Watch the game. I'm like, right? Spruce the game up. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Fun game.
Austin said JJ is a generational talent. They're not trading him. Yeah, that's so I don't know if you heard. Did you hear what we were saying right now?
Yeah, about how
Jefferson said that he's tired of being asked questions about if he's being traded, but it got turned into like a clickbaity title saying Justin Jefferson is tired of all the trade talks.
Yeah, they're getting really good at this, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then people wonder why I just don't believe shit that nobody says from the game. I don't believe it. Even me don't believe me either.
Yeah. So yeah, they are getting good at these clickbaity titles, and I feel like just seeing all the shit that they're using, it makes us get better at these clickbaity titles as well.
They're gonna pay them. They'll pay them for sure.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
They're just gonna try to milk it as much as possible. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it also works to their detriment because the longer they wait, and like, you know what I mean, like the higher, and who's next to get paid, right? It's him, right?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, like, so he's gonna reset them. His intention is to reset the market. He reset the records, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. When you start doing shit like that, you start being able to demand shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that organization. I mean,
Vikings got a 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th for Diggs. Yeah, imagine what they can get for JJ. JJ is the type of guy that's worth 2 to 3 firsts in the NFL.
Yeah, and like, I mean, what team is giving you that? A shitty team, right? Or if it's a contender, those picks ain't, now they're high picks, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
low pick, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, and like, I mean, we're 3 weeks in it. They are 0-3, but even last year, I said like with their schedule and the way they were like, they were underdogs in a lot of the games, and they were just covering machines. And now this year, they're the overdogs, the favorites, joints, and it's just not, you know what I mean? There were a few games.
Only way Vikings are sneaking in is if they sneak in at the 7th seed somehow. I don't know, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, it's and like for example, like what's a surprise team that you think it could be a 7?
Fuck, I mean, even now it could be like Falcons or some shit.
Falcons. Well, Falcons could fuck around and win that division.
I don't think they're gonna win it, but I mean, I think that they'll end up being.
Who do you have winning it? You still on the Saints?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still on the Buccaneers, but like it's hard to like Atlanta's defense. Probably it could be the best in that division. All like Saints, Buccaneers good at stopping the run, but they're vulnerable in their secondary, especially the Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Falcons, their secondary can compete with like pretty much any offense in the league.
Yeah, like you get a fucking. Imagine if they have to go up against the likes of like a Higgins and Chase, like they might be able to handle them. You know what I mean?
I think so. I mean, you look at it.
Okuda.
I mean, see, like when you think about like the big dog matchups, right? Can they compete with an AJ Brown and a Devonta Smith? And I feel like they can.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that the Eagles wouldn't, win and handle biz, but I think that the Falcons could still slow down that air attack, even theirs.
Yep. Let me go grab my lighter real quick.
Yeah. But let's see. Who else besides that? Because it's like, let's see. I mean, right now, Seahawks could still be one of those teams that get in there with a wild card. I mean, shit, the Commandos, they do not look good at all, but they're at 2-1, right now as well. Yeah, I mean, Vikings could be one of those teams. I mean, they're 0-3 right now, but yeah, I feel like it's going to be, either the Packers or the Lions. I mean, whoever doesn't win the division, I feel like the other team is going to be getting one of the wild card spots. I mean, we know it's going to be the Eagles or the Cowboys, over there taking the East, and, the other team is going to get a wild card spot. And then it is going to come down to the Falcons, Saints, Bucks, and the Vikings. That, I mean, maybe you mix it, and Seattle. Like, those are going to be like the next teams that are like all fighting for that like number 7 spot. Marty, come on.
What about the Cowboys? The Cowboys are probably going to be a wild card if the Eagles run away with it.
Yeah, that's one wild card. And I think it's either going to be the Packers or the Lions is going to be the other one over there. One of those 3.
Yep. Okay.
And then it's going to come down.
Division winner.
That's going to come down to the Seahawks, the Rams, the Vikings, Falcons, Saints, Bucks. So one of those teams is obviously going to win the division, but whichever ones don't, I bet will be in the mix for this 7 spot.
The NFC is really interesting this year. And I'm telling you this, the AFC, it's kind of lackluster with all that fucking craziness that we were expecting with the Lawrences and the Mahomeses and the Herbertses and the fucking Allens and the Tuas and all that. You know what I mean? Like Rodgers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy because it's either going to be the Dolphins or the Bills over there who's winning it. So like the other ones,
one or the other is a wild card.
And then I don't think anybody from the South gets in besides the division winners. I don't think nothing's coming out of there. And then you look at the AFC North, and it's like the Steelers, Ravens, and the Browns. Like, could they produce 3 just out of that? You know, 2.
The Bengals might actually miss the party this year for real.
Maybe. Yeah. And then, I mean, especially if you get off to this crazy slow start. And then the Chargers, I mean, I know they played more away games than home games as of now, but even their home game they lost, you know. So I mean, they're not off to any kind of great start at all.
Yeah.
And the Jets, the goddamn Jets, like that was going to be the team that really wrecked shop and like really created a real wild card, because now everything is like, I mean, that number 7 seed, it's going to be the Chargers.
What?
Steelers, Ravens, or Browns.
What?
Ones don't get in. That's probably it. And the Bills, I mean, I feel like it. I mean,
you know, the Chargers they're 0-1, or they're, what are they, 1-2?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not on a good start here.
A lot of points for. I mean, they have 86 points, and that is more than anybody in the North, anybody in the South. More than more than everybody in the East except the Dolphins and the Bills. I mean, shit, they have more points for than the Chiefs. It's not really the points for that is their issue. It is the points against. I mean, they've given up 87 points so far, and that is more than everybody in the AFC except the Broncos.
So you think Caleb Williams is gonna like the Broncos? Or the Cardinals? No, not even the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't in this conversation. Even though they are 1-2, they're like a good 1-2 team.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos at 0-3 are looking really bad right now. The Bears are looking fucking disgusting.
If you're a Vikings fan, do you want to keep Cousins and try to keep winning, or do you just say fuck it, let's just lose and try to get Caleb?
I mean, when you look at their schedule, I mean, even like Marty,
winning.
The Vikings are going to clean up their division. I mean, even if they clean up on the Bears, you know, and they split with the Packers and the Lions, you know, I mean, even
I don't know if they clean up the Vikings, the Lions.
No, that's what I'm saying. If they clean up the Bears and then they split with the Lions and the Packers, that's still 4 dubs.
You know, it's all bad for the Vikings if they drop one to the Bears. It's not their year.
Right. Anybody drops one
to the Bears. They drop one to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No offense to the Chargers.
Chargers suck.
They just, it's like they couldn't even lose it themselves. You know, like they won't beat us. I guess we just have to win then.
They're just better at charging it up than the Chargers. All right. We're going to get up out of here because we're going to be back in like, I don't know, hour and a half-ish, like around 4 o'clock, like West Coast time. Yeah, probably around 4:20, actually. It's perfect time to get started. So make sure you go follow the podcast. If you don't, hit the automatic downloads on the Fantasy Football Hustler podcast and the Silver Screen Breakdowns podcast. We're breaking down Ready Player One on Friday. You guys do not want to miss that. That is going to be a super dope show. Talk about pop culture. I mean, the 80s. We got Easter eggs, like all types of references in that movie. It's going to be real dope. And what else? Don't forget, we start earlier now on the morning show, 7 a.m. West Coast, 10 Eastern.
What time we coming back for the show?
Tonight.
Yeah.
About 4 o'clock. We'll be here around 4.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Because that's what I'm saying. So we can do this, whatchamacallit it.
Yeah. Gotta get
Something.
Gotta try to get some bets in.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sign us off, Bogey.
Universe, give me money. There you go. That's a good one.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.